Eleanor is 72 years old. Over the past 6 months, her family has watched her slowly slip away. It started with small things, forgetting the name of a neighbor she had known for decades, misplacing her car keys. But lately, it has become terrifying. She will walk into her own kitchen and stand there, completely frozen, staring at the cabinets with a blank, confused look, unable to remember why she walked in. She repeats the same questions within a 10-minute conversation. When her daughter finally takes her to the clinic, the doctor speaks in a soft, sympathetic voice and gently suggests that it might be time to test for early-stage Alzheimer's disease. Eleanor is absolutely terrified. She believes her mind is permanently breaking. But Eleanor does not have Alzheimer's disease. Her brain is not shrinking. Her memory is not permanently destroyed. If you are over the age of 70 and you or someone you love is suddenly experiencing severe brain fog, memory loss, or chronic confusion, you are likely being deceived by one of the most dangerous medical illusions of our time. Eleanor is a victim of a biological phenomenon known as cumulative chemical fog. You see, when you swallow a pill at age 40, your liver and your kidneys act like a brand new high-speed filtration system. They process the chemicals, take what the body needs, and quickly flush the toxic residue out through your urine. But the moment you cross the threshold of 70, human biology drastically changes. Your liver metabolizes compounds at a fraction of its former speed. Your kidneys have lost nearly 50% of their filtration capacity. Your internal organs are now functioning like a deeply clogged coffee filter. Yet, millions of seniors are still taking the exact same over-the-counter medications, sleep aids, and painkillers they took in their 50s. They swallow a pill at 10 p.m. at night, but because their biological filter is clogged, when they wake up the next morning, 50% of that drug is still circulating in their bloodstream. And then they take another pill. Day after day, week after week, these supposedly harmless drugstore medications accumulate inside the brain and the tissues. Eleanor is not suffering from a degenerative brain disease. She is suffering from polypharmacy. She is quietly, accidentally overdosing herself every single day with the exact medications her doctor told her were safe. Let's look at the prescription cascade and the terrifying microscopic reality of how simple allergy pills and heartburn medication are actively mimicking dementia. Actively mimicking dementia. Imagine opening the hood of a classic, beautiful car that has been running for over 70 years. If you never change the oil filter, it becomes thick, saturated, and completely blocked with dark sludge. If you pour a bottle of brand new premium chemical fluid into that engine, it cannot pass through the filter. It overflows, pools in the wrong compartments, and eventually chokes the engine to a dead stop. This is exactly what is happening inside the aging liver and kidneys of a 70-year-old. When Eleanor takes a simple over-the-counter allergy pill like Benadryl to help her sleep, the active chemical diphenhydramine enters her bloodstream. But because her biological filters are clogged, that chemical does not leave her body in 8 hours. It stays for 24. And the next night, she takes another one. The chemical accumulates, eventually crossing the delicate blood-brain barrier. Inside the brain, it acts as a highly potent anticholinergic. It actively blocks acetylcholine, the primary neurotransmitter your brain relies on to form new memories and process thoughts. Eleanor is not losing her mind. She is chemically erasing her own memory every single night. But the medical failure gets much, much worse.
This toxic accumulation triggers a devastating phenomenon known as the prescription cascade. Years ago, Eleanor had mild heartburn, so her doctor put her on a daily proton pump inhibitor, a common drug like Omeprazole. For nearly a decade, this drug has artificially suppressed her stomach acid, but your body desperately needs that harsh, acidic environment to strip vitamin B12 out of your food. Without vitamin B12, the protective myelin sheath around your nerves physically degrades, the brain slows down, confusion sets in, and the patient displays symptoms that perfectly mimic the early stages of Alzheimer's. So Eleanor goes to the doctor for her new memory problem, and instead of looking at the Omeprazole and the Benadryl, the doctor writes her a brand new prescription for an expensive dementia drug. She also takes daily Ibuprofen for her joint pain, a drug that directly attacks and damages the fragile tissue of her kidneys, reducing her filtration capacity even further. It is a catastrophic cycle of toxic chemical accumulation. Breaking this prescription cascade and detoxifying your body after 70 is the absolute first step. But if your medicine cabinet has caused years of silent damage to your gut lining, your liver, and your blood-brain barrier, your internal filters are structurally compromised. Before your brain can truly clear the chemical fog, you must provide your cells with the exact, highly specific biological raw materials required to wash out these accumulated neurotoxins and physically seal those cellular leaks. There is a complete, scientifically backed biological protocol designed exactly for this deep cellular detox and neurological repair. We have linked a comprehensive private presentation detailing this exact restoration protocol. If you are over 70 and your memory is slipping or your mind feels cloudy and confused, you must watch this video. Pause this documentary right now, go to the first pinned comment below, and click the link to secure your access before the brain fog becomes permanent. But before you do, you must learn how to safely disarm the chemical traps sitting in your bathroom cabinet right now. Let's look at the prescription roadmap and the exact science of reversing this chemical dementia.
The exact science of reversing this chemical dementia. If you want to rescue a patient suffering from cumulative chemical fog, you do not give them another prescription. You perform a strategic biological intervention known in modern geriatrics as de-prescription. It is the medical art of identifying the false heroes in your medicine cabinet and systematically disarming them before they completely shut down your cognitive function. Let us look at the most dangerous over-the-counter trap for anyone over 70. Diphenhydramine, commonly sold as Benadryl, or the active sleep ingredient in Tylenol PM and ZZ-Quil. Millions of seniors take this tiny pill every single night because they struggle to sleep. But we now know it is a highly potent anticholinergic. Inside your brain, you have a crucial chemical messenger called acetylcholine. It is the biological spark that allows your brain cells to communicate, to learn, and to recall memories instantly. Taking an anticholinergic drug every night is exactly like trying to drive a car with the emergency parking brake pulled all the way up. The engine is revving, your brain is desperately trying to think and remember, but the physical mechanism is locked tight. When a specialized doctor successfully tapers a 70-year-old off these over-the-counter sleep aids, the parking brake is finally released. Within just a few weeks, the acetylcholine begins to flow freely again. The deep confusion lifts. The forgotten words suddenly come back mid-sentence. The dementia simply evaporates. The second phase of this roadmap is nutritional resurrection. Remember the proton pump inhibitors, the Omeprazole and Nexium that artificially shut off your stomach acid for years?
Your body requires highly acidic gastric juice to break down proteins and extract two vital nutrients, vitamin B12 and magnesium. If you have been suppressing your stomach acid for a decade, your brain is physically starving. It is like trying to power a massive supercomputer with a dying, corroded battery. The screen begins to flicker, the hard drive fails, and you experience severe neurological tingling, numbness, and deep depression. To reverse this, you do not need an expensive experimental Alzheimer's drug. You need aggressive, targeted vitamin B12 and magnesium replenishment to rebuild the degraded myelin sheath around your starving nerves. When you stop the chemical blockade in the gut and flood the brain with these missing neurological building blocks, the lights in the house finally turn back on. Let's look at the chemical fog detox and the exact simple daily ritual Eleanor used to get her mind back.
The exact, simple daily ritual Eleanor used to get her mind back. Eleanor did not just accept her diagnosis. Under the careful guidance of a specialized geriatrician, she began the meticulous process of biological de-prescription. She stopped taking the over-the-counter Benadryl every single night. She threw the heavy, kidney-destroying bottles of Ibuprofen into the trash. Her doctor slowly tapered her off the proton pump inhibitors that were starving her brain, and immediately started an aggressive protocol of vitamin B12 and magnesium replacement. For the first few weeks, her body struggled to adjust. The chemical withdrawal was real. But slowly, the heavy, gray fog began to lift. 6 months later, Eleanor was standing in her kitchen, completely present, sharp and focused. She remembered names. She followed complex conversations without missing a single beat. Her daughter wept because she finally got her mother back. The dementia was nothing more than a devastating, reversible chemical illusion. If you are over 70, you must proactively flush your biological filters every single day. You must adopt the chemical fog detox. It starts the moment you wake up. Before coffee, before food, you will drink 8 ounces of warm water mixed with a squeeze of fresh lemon and 1 tablespoon of raw apple cider vinegar. This simple, acidic ritual acts as a gentle, biological stimulant for your liver and kidneys. It thins the bile and encourages your internal filtration system to process and flush out the residual chemical waste from the day before. Then, exactly 1 hour before bed, you will completely abandon the toxic sleep aids. Instead, you will take 1 single ounce of premium 85% dark cacao chocolate. You will let it melt slowly on your tongue. This delivers a massive, highly bioavailable dose of pure magnesium directly into your bloodstream and across the blood-brain barrier. It naturally calms your central nervous system, relaxes your muscles, and signals your brain that it is time for deep restorative sleep, without ever pulling the emergency parking brake on your memory. But you must listen carefully. If you have spent the last 10 or 20 years unknowingly poisoning your biological filters with a massive prescription cascade, simply drinking lemon water will not be enough to fix a severely compromised leaking blood-brain barrier. To truly pull your mind back from the brink of chemical dementia and permanently seal the leaks in your gut and your brain, you must use highly specific, targeted biological compounds to flush out decades of accumulated neurotoxins. We have linked the complete step-by-step neurological repair and cellular detox protocol in the pinned comment below. If you are over 70 and you refuse to let a plastic pill organizer steal your memory and your independence, you must watch this private presentation before the pharmaceutical industry forces it offline. Click the link in the first pinned comment below right now. Stop treating your aging body like a chemical dumping ground. Clean your filters,
restore your missing nutrients, and finally reclaim the sharp, brilliant mind that is rightfully yours.